Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. How are you guys doing? Hope you're doing well. I firstly wanted to apologise because I've not been uploading in recent days simply due to the fact we moved house. Me and my missus moved house on Wednesday last week, and ever since Tuesday we've been preparing, packing, unpacking, just trying to get the house rid of cardboard boxes. So I apologise for the lack of content. I did try and get one uploaded, but I just didn't have time. And if I'm honest, I haven't even been on my Xbox since, well, in about a week. So times are hard. Times are hard. But I'm in the new place. We've got better internet. I've got a bit more room in my, I don't know, man cave, gaming setup, whatever it is. So I'm hoping that the content's going to be the best it can be going forth, ready for Call of Duty Vanguard coming November 5th. Yeah, enough of the boring stuff. Let's crack on with it. This gameplay is going to be more of a showcasing gameplay on how to run as an AR in League Play. This is typically one of the better maps for an AR on League Play due to the fact that it's got long lines of sight, and really the only home for a sub is sort of mid-plane. Other than that, it's pretty much AR heavy, as long as you guys know where things are coming from. So you probably noticed that for the first hill, I wasn't an AR. And that's something that I think is very key to all ARs, to know that when to pull out, or if you normally use an AR, is when to not use one and when to pull out a gun. That's, you know, going to help your team out a little bit more than it would be to have an AR. So, for example, P1 on this hard point, if you've got an AR, you only really need one AR blocking spawns and just sort of watching the flank. Other than that, you sort of really don't want to be, you know, you can have three subs in and around the hill, because again mid plane is very sub heavy. Another main role for an AR is going to be simply, you know, opening lines of sight and areas of the map for your SMGs. For those people using the 74U, you want to be able to make sure that they can get to the hard points safely, or get to like points on control safely. Otherwise, they're just going to be picked off spawn. Especially a map like this, it's spawn trappable, very easy. And if you get a good AR in the plane, or, you know, in a good position in the map, your subs really aren't going to be getting anywhere fast. So it is essential to make sure that as an AR, you do want to be opening up corridors for your subs. Otherwise, it does put your subs in a sticky situation. So I said again, as a main AR, this video sort of. Say as a main AR, this is more for people who can use both guns and typically want to be able to, you know, support the team using an AR primarily, but as an SMG when they can do. So you notice I picked up an SMG just there before I was flashed, and that's simply due to the fact that I want to be able to be the best I can be in every single engagement and every single gunfight. So if I need to go top plane, I can pull out the sub. It's just always in my back pocket. And I think you saw on P2 using my Diamatti, knowing when to use a Diamatti over, or whatever secondary you're using over a Krig, is very beneficial, because essentially those super close range engagements, you're just going to get outgunned by SMGs if you are using the Krig. So Diamatti can kill pretty quickly. It can kill in 2 bursts. Excuse me. So yeah, if you're in the close range quarters and you know sort of someone's coming close to you, pull out the Diamatti, and you should have, if you can shoot with the Diamatti, obviously, because they're not the easiest guns to use that instead of the Krig, because it will save your life on numerous occasions. Now, with the Krig specifically, it has very low recoil, especially with the gun I've got here. So I'm sort of aiming for the upper mass, so top of the torso, maybe even the head. Yeah. And this way it enables that I get the gunfights, you know, over and done as quickly as possible. So right here, I'm just picking up extra time for the teammates. I'm not sat next to the boxes, middle of that hard point, due to the fact that I've got the longest line of sight I can possibly have whilst being on the hill there, which is exactly what I want as a Krig user. And again, I'm sort of playing quite defensively backwards. I lost that. I think I lost my first shot, but he was already pre-aimed. He knew I was going to be there, and he absolutely railed me. So every engagement as an AR, you want to be sort of taking the long routes, taking your time, not necessarily sprinting around the map too much. Maybe get into a point, pause in, have a look around, as you saw there. Off spawn, I wasn't just gumping it around, fully sprinting. So no wind sprints, obviously, essentially, if you're an AR. So right here, as an AR, this is an excellent line of sight to defend, you know, this sort of area of the map, simply due to the fact that you cover the whole of, as long as someone's got your back, top lane's covered your end, so on and so forth. You can watch the whole of the cross all the way to the hill, and it means that you shouldn't be broken. But unfortunately, I think I got a bit greedy going for that guy top right wing. I got beamed, and as a result, we are losing points here, and they've got P1 control. So I'm sort of playing hide and seek here. Wait for my health to regen. Managed to pick up that kill, thankfully. And that one. So this is an AR. This is meant to be a video showcasing the power of the AR, and then I pull out the Diamatti for a 2-piece. But I think a sign of a good AR is to know when to, you know, use a secondary gun. See, when you're jumping like that on Cold War, you don't get much bounce if you're jumping repetitively like that. So your aim's barely going to move. The first 1 or 2 bounces, you will, you know, you will see a bounce of some sort, but really after that, you're going to be consistently bouncing and aiming in the same place every time you bounce. So that's what happened there, and a good tip if you don't know that already. So I'm sort of rotating early, trying to block spawns, and I'm sort of very aware that we've got teammates pushed up front P2 and one just died in P1. Now, chances are, in my head, I'm thinking, right, they're going to be pushed left side, secret, blue, whatever you want to call it. But I'm just watching this main front bit. Let my teammate get some kills. And now I know someone's back here. I've sort of dropped back. I'm sort of playing, you know, for the pick, getting some damage out. Really playing life here. Because as long as I'm here and my teammate is here, if you look on the radar, it's unlikely they're going to be spawning here. So essentially what I'm trying to do is just, you know, fend them off of the hard point as much as I can, and then move on to the point. See, right there, what I could have done is, as soon as I killed that guy in yellow, I could have jumped on the hard point, but then that would have left that guy behind. So, in order, as an AR, making sure you're clearing out the whole area for your team, for yourself, gives you that extra chance to get on the hill and eventually, you know, win your game. Again, picking up SMG when I think it would be beneficial to do so. I'm sort of scouting the area out right now, making sure that the centre of my screen is always where I expect them to be, where I can do. Get as much info as I can on where they are. See, I saw that guy last minute managed to skeet out of there. Unfortunately, I didn't hear that guy drop down, but I knew that guy was coming at A Street simply due to the fact that I got shot from where I sort of am now, and I knew he was coming for me. He could have gone top lane, but I knew my teammate was there. So if I just watched A Street, that's that area covered, and he did eventually fall into my trap. Easy reads. So P4 is coming up now, which is A Street, that's what they're called. And I'm sort of just holding this plan. I didn't see one already cross to our side of the hill, but they must have. So I'm using my ping, notifying it to my team, and I did hear someone in flame, which is why I was pre-aiming there. But you know, I probably should have just guaranteed the kill and put out my Diamatti instead of having the AR out, which is the tip I gave earlier. Now we're close to winning. We need 26 more points, which is why I'm using streaks, because if we break this, it does mean we can, you know, get the dub as quickly as possible. There was very little communication in this team I was in, simply due to the fact that I was solo queuing, which is why you probably see I'm not really utilising callouts quite so much, and I am playing a little bit more passive. As you can see, I'm constantly trying to push up that left street, either get top lane or push through to wood, because I know it's going to be rotating soon. And if you've got top lane as an AR, you can really spawn trap them back behind wood if they end up spawning that way. So I'm aware they're top lane, and I'm sort of really playing my life right here. Nearly finessed that guy. I got a bit trapped there, I think. So they've managed, the enemy team have done pretty well, you know, just trying to hold off the hard point. There's only really so much they can do. That nade, I didn't know there someone was there, but it was more just to block off that area of the map. I think I wasn't really playing as an AR there. I think if I had a sub, that would have been better for me. But my intentions were to push them out of spawns and push through. But as I think you've got to be able to have the really good decision making as an AR to, you know, when to push hills and when not to sit back and hold spawns like, you know, the typical AR user is. Again, I'm switching to the SMG here just to provide a bit more support to my team in the plane. And we're spawned out, unfortunately. Now, we all know, my whole team must know we need 2 seconds to win, so this is almost guaranteed. We just simply need to get a couple kills on the hill and just outman them. So I'm doing a grenade check to know where they are, because I don't know exactly where they are on the hill. Well, my team managed to pick up a 2-piece, including me, and that's the game. So that's 14-18. I hope to have shed some light on how to be an AR, how to support your team in this video. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're looking forward to Vanguard, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, guys.